with problems concerning trigonometric functions or the SOH in particular, it is very important for us to follow certain steps para ma-obtain natin yung sagot natin ng tama. And first is, number 1, for us to draw or sketch the required figure and triangle as accurate as possible according to the data given and label the parts correctly. So here in step 1, it is very important for us to figure out what does the problem looks like, because it will gives us a hint or at least a glimpse of kung ano ba yung hinahanap natin. Next is number 2, to state the given and the required parts. It is another technique in solving problems dahil natutulungan tayo nito na ma-determine talaga kung ano yung hinahanap natin. And number 3 is for us, or using the SOH or the 3 basic trigonometric functions, use which one contains the unknown and the known parts. Okay? So in dealing with problems that deals with SOH, titignan natin dito sa tatlong ito, si SOBA, si CAH, or si TOA yung gagamitin natin. Syempre, i-take into consideration natin yung ating mga given. Now, in dealing with problems with a right triangle, 2 givens are enough na. Bakit? Because we are dealing with right triangle already, and it is very obvious that we are already given an angle which is the 90-degree angle, because we are dealing with right triangle. So in dealing with problems, bibigyan pa niya tayo ng dalawa pang given. It's either dalawang sides or isang angle at isa pang sides. Okay, so those are the 2 cases na may encounter natin in solving problems which concerns SOH. Okay, next, sometimes it says here, sometimes it is convenient to use the Pythagorean theorem. The sum of the squares of the 2 sides or the 2 legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. Ito, pwede natin siyang gamitin because we are already given the knowledge of this one. Or we can have the relation A plus B equals 90 degrees. In dealing with right triangle, we all know that the two other acute angles beside the right angle are complementary angles. So we can use this relation in solving problems para mas mapadali yung ating process. And last, alam na natin kung anong formula ang gagamitin natin nang namili na tayo, whether it's sine, cosine, or tangent. The last one would be for us to substitute the known values in the chosen formula and perform the indicated operation. So dito, gagamitin na natin yung knowledge natin and how are we going to simplify things as they are. Okay, so let us have examples. Just like what I have told you a while ago, there are 2 cases wherein we're going to solve problems which primary concern is SOH. It's either we are given or the problem gives us the measure of the 2 sides, and the other one is that the problem gives us the measure of one side and another angle beside the right angle. Okay, let us have this problem. It says here that we are going to solve for the right triangle having an acute angle of 65 degrees and 30 minutes if the leg opposite to this angle measures 185 feet. Alright, so first step, tulad nung diniscuss natin kanina from the previous slide, is that for us to illustrate or sketch the problem itself. Okay, so suppose this is our right triangle at sabi dyan, sige, let us just first name the right triangle ABC. And sabi dyan is that it has an acute angle which measures 65 degrees 30 minutes. So it's up to us kung si A ba yung gagamitin natin or si B. Wala naman pong kaso yon. But then it would be plausible if realistic yung gagamitin natin. So, nasan ba dito si 65 degree and 30 minutes? So, let's say, nandito kay A. Alright? So, angle A measures 65 degrees and 30 minutes. And sabi dyan, if the angle opposite to this angle measures 185 feet. Meaning to say, if this is our angle, so the opposite side prior to our given angle would be the side BC, which measures 185 feet. Alright. So, next step is for us to write the given. Ang sabi natin, ang acute angle natin or si angle A measures 65 degrees and 30 minutes. And if we are going to transform that into decimal degrees, that is actually equivalent to 65.5 degrees. Okay? Next. Ang sabi dyan, the leg opposite to this angle measures 185 degrees, meaning to say, O would be equivalent to 185. Okay. So, we are given an angle here. Okay? So, para ma-solve natin yung other parts of the right triangle, unahin lang natin yung pinaka-madali or mas madaling paraan or mas madaling hanapin. Okay? Since we already given a right angle and an acute angle which measures 65 degrees and 30 minutes. So, pwede natin kunin si angle B. So, para makuha natin si angle B, ang gagawin natin is to deduct 65 degrees and 30 seconds to 90 degrees. So, that is 90 degrees minus 65 degrees or 65.5 degrees. Okay? Or pwede naman 65 degrees and 30 minutes kung gusto ninyo. Okay? 65.5 degrees. And that will yields to, so angle B would measure, that is 90 degrees minus 65.5 degrees. So that's gonna be 24.5 degrees. Okay. So that will be the measure of angle B. So we just make use of the relation that angles A and B are complementary angles. So nakuha na natin yung pang side ng right triangle. Okay? Next is, paano naman natin kukunin? Kasi for example, kukunin na natin yung measure ng side na adjacent dun sa angle natin. Okay? Paano po natin ito makukuha? And for us to make use of our knowledge of SOH TOA, sabi natin, if this is an angle, so ito yung gagamitin, ito yung kukunin natin, si adjacent side, at given din tayo ni opposite sides. Hindi natin pwedeng gamitin si hypotenuse kasi wala pa siyang measure. Okay? So, gamitin natin yung adjacent para makuha si adjacent or to solve for A. Ang gagamitin natin is the angle given here and then yung isa pang side which is the opposite side. So, ano kaya dun sa tatlong basic trigonometric function yung nagko-consist ng adjacent and opposite side. Okay? And that's gonna be, of course, the tangent function. So, that's gonna be the tangent of A equals, so that's TOA. Ibig sabihin, opposite over adjacent. Okay? And for us to solve for adjacent side, so we have the tangent of A. The value of our A is 65 degrees and 30 seconds or 30 minutes. Or we can say that's the tangent of 65.5 degrees. 65.5 degrees equals, our opposite side is equivalent to 185 feet over the adjacent side kung saan ayun yung hinahanap natin. Okay? And then, doing all the algebraic processes for us to obtain A. So, para man natin makukuha si A, so ang gagamitin natin is for us to multiply, or ang gagawin natin is for us to multiply both sides by A. Okay, so that's gonna be A multiplied by the tangent of 65.5 degrees equals 185. Okay, and since hinahanap lang naman natin si A, so that's gonna be A para matira si A dun sa kabilang side ng equation, we are to divide both sides by the tangent of 65.5 degrees. So that's gonna be A equals 185 over the tangent of 65.5 degrees. Okay? And then, since we already have this one, so pwede na po nating isolve si A. So that's gonna be A equals, so ang hanapin muna natin is the tangent of 65.5. So that is 185 over, what is the tangent of 65.5? So, pwede na po natin gamitin yung ating calculator. So, ang gagawin lang natin is for us to press the tangent button here. So, that is the tangent of 65.5 degrees. Or pwede nyo namang gawin is the tangent of 65 degrees and 30 minutes. So, once we press the equals button here, so that's gonna be 2.19429973.1. Okay? So, mas maganda kung gagamitin natin yung exact value para hindi po tayo, para mas accurate po yung makuha natin. Alright? So, that's gonna be 2.1943 if gagawin nating 4 decimal places. So, that is 2.1942. And then, I'm gonna put ellipsis here, meaning there's still significant figures na kailangan nating i-consider. Okay? And next, para makuha natin si A, we are to divide 185 by the value of tangent of 65.5 degrees. And that is equivalent to 84.31, rounded off to the nearest hundreds. Alright, so that is A equals 84.31 feet. That is 84.31 feet. Alright, so that's gonna be the value of A. Okay? That is the value of A. Alright, next. So, meron na po tayong value ng adjacent side. So, pwede naman po nating hanapin yung value ni hypotenuse. So, paano po natin isa-solve si H? So, to solve for H, mas maganda kung gagamitin pa rin natin yung given natin kanina dun sa problem, which is the acute angle which measures 65 degrees and 30 minutes or 65.5 degrees, at saka si opposite side which measures 185 feet. Okay, so ano kaya dun sa trigonometry or 3 basic trigonometric functions yung nagko-contain ng opposite side at saka ng hypotenuse, since si hypotenuse yung hinahanap natin. Alright, so that's gonna be opposite over hypotenuse, that is the sine function. So we are to look for the sine of A equals, tulad ng sinabi natin, so TOA, the sine of A or the sine theta or the sine of an angle is equal to opposite over the hypotenuse. Alright, since the value of A is 65.5 degrees, so we are looking for the sine of 65.5 degrees. Equals, since we are already given the measure of the opposite side, that is 185 degrees, and we are looking for the hypotenuse. Okay? Next. So, para mahanap po natin yung value ni H, what we're going to do first is for us to multiply both sides by H, yielding to H times the sine of 65.5 degrees equals 185. But since we are just looking or hinahanap natin si H, so dapat si H lang yung nasa kabilang side ng equation. So para magawa natin yon, we are to divide both sides by the sine of 65.5 degrees. So that is H equals 185 over the sine of 65.5 degrees. Okay? So that's gonna be it. So para mahanap natin si H, mas maganda, ang gawin muna natin is to get the value, the function value of 65.5 degrees. So that is H equals 185, or that is 185 over what is the sine of 65.5? So we can make use of our calculator. So paano po natin gagawin yun? Just press this one, the sine button here. So that is the sine of 65.5 degrees. Okay, do not forget to check the mode of your calculator. It must be in degrees. Okay, so the sine of 65.5 degrees is equivalent to 0.90996 and so on and so forth. Okay, so ilalagay natin dito dapat lahat ng value para mas accurate yung makuha natin. So that is 0.9099 or an ellipsis, which means that there are still significant figures after it. Okay, so for us to get the value of h, we simply we simplify this one. Alright, so that's gonna be 185 over the value of sine 65.5 degrees. So that's gonna be 203.31. Okay, so the value of h is 203.31. 203.31 feet. Okay, do not forget to what do you call that? Do not forget to put unit of measurement, since sa problem natin ay may unit of measurement. Okay, so that's gonna be the value of our h. Alright. Okay, and it is very important for us to check whether our answers are correct or not. Okay, so it's up to us kung paano natin siya i-check. Let's say for example, i-check natin yung value ni A. Okay, yung value ni A. So para makuha natin yung value ni A, pwede nating gamitin yung co-function nitong kanina. Okay, so pwede naman natin tong kunin. Okay, so pwede nating gawin is, or to check, okay, lagyan lang natin dito. To check, let's say for example, we are to check, since hindi naman natin kailangang i-check si B because that is very simple. To check for the value of A, pwede natin gawin is for us to get the co-function of this one. Okay, so pwede natin gawin, since si A yung hinahanap natin at ito yung ating given. Ito yung ating given. Ang gagawin natin is complementary angle. So this is opposite and this is adjacent. So that's gonna be the tangent of B para ma-double check natin kung tama or hindi. So we have the tangent of B equals the tangent of B is still opposite over adjacent. Okay? So what is the tangent of B? Or what is the value of B? Tulad ng sinabi natin kanina, the tangent of B is 24.5 degrees. So we have the tangent of 24.5 degrees equals our opposite side, the opposite side would be this one, yung chine-check natin. Okay, yung chine-check natin yung opposite side. That's gonna be, pagpalagay natin, hindi muna natin alam, that's O, over the adjacent side. Yung adjacent side natin happens to be the opposite side nung complement ni B. So that is 185. Okay? So for us to check that, we are to multiply both sides by 185, yielding to 185 multiplied by the tangent of 24.5 degrees. Okay, and that would be equivalent to the opposite side, which happens to be the adjacent side prior to angle A. So we have, what is the tangent of, the tangent of 24.5 degrees. So that's gonna be 0.4557 and so on and so forth. So we have 185 times 0.4557, and then we put ellipsis, meaning to say again and again there are still significant figures after it. So we have that one, and then simplifying that one, the value of O, which happens to be the adjacent side prior to angle A, is, so we have to multiply it by 185, that's gonna be 84.31. Okay, 84.31, which happens to be the value of our, indeed, the value of our adjacent side. Okay, so tama po yung ating computation kanina. So, 84.5 feet. Okay? So, wag pong malilito, tayo po ay nagche-check na lang po ng ating sagot kanina. So, now, let us try to check whether our hypotenuse is correct or not. Okay? So, mas madaling paraan, or we can simply double check the measure of the hypotenuse, of course, by the Pythagorean theorem para hindi na tayo mahirapan. So, that's gonna be a square. That is a square. Alright. Okay, nasan si square? Okay, so we have a square. That is a square plus b square equals c. Okay. A square plus b square plus b square, oops, sorry, b square equals c square. Okay? C square. Alright. So, either way naman, pwede natin gamitin si A, let's say for example, si opposite side, or si B, si opposite side, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, we are already given the two measures of the two legs. So, we have 84.31. Let's say for example, that's the value of A. O sige, sundan na lang natin yung nasa figure natin. Since ito yung angle A, so yung side opposite niya would be A. So, that's gonna be 185 degrees or 185 feet. And we are going to get the square of that. So, that is 185 square plus b square. That's gonna be the adjacent side. Yung kinuha natin kanina, that's gonna be 84.31. So, 84.31 feet. So, we have 84.31 square equals the value of our hypotenuse, or c square. That is c square. Alright, so getting the simplified form, or by multiplying this, or 185 twice by itself, and so with 84.31. So, using our calculator, that is 185 square equals 34,225. So, that is 34,225 plus the square of 84.31. So, that's gonna be equal to 7,108.18, rounded up to the nearest hundreds. 7,108.18 equals c square. Okay, then simplifying this one, that's gonna be equal to 41,333. 41,333.18 equals c square. Since c lang naman yung hinahanap natin, para ma-eliminate natin yung exponent, what we're going to do is to extract the root of both sides. So, that's gonna be equivalent to the square root of 41,333.18 equals the square root of c square. Sorry. Equals the square root of c square. Alright, so we'll be having what's gonna be the square root of, okay, that's the square root of 41,333.18. So we'll be having 203.31 feet. Alright, 203.31 feet as our value of C, which is our hypotenuse. So indeed, the value that we got a while ago is indeed the value of our hypotenuse. Okay? So that's it. That's how are we going to solve for the missing side of a right triangle given an angle, an acute angle, and the measure of one side of a right triangle.